I have two amendments. My first amendment, amendment number 209, would extend the Affordable Care Act's premium tax credits to Americans in non-Medicaid expansion states like Alabama, who are caught in this coverage gap, as well as Americans who have lost Medicaid coverage as a result of the Republicans' cut in this bill. 1.5 million Americans are in the Medicaid coverage gap. These are the working poor. They work every day, many minimum wage jobs, and they make too much money to be on Medicaid, but they don't make enough money to be able to afford health insurance. They are truly the working poor. We must not let the ACA enhanced premium tax credits expire December 31st, 2025. And we must expand the premium tax credit for low-income citizens below 138% of the poverty line. I have heard from countless constituents who fall in this Medicaid coverage gap and are desperate to get health care. I spoke recently with one of my constituents, Kiana, who is caught in this gap. She lost her health care, her Medicaid coverage, following the end of the COVID public policy emergency exemption. When she tried to qualify for Medicaid again, she was told that she made more than the $295 a month that would make her qualify. This was no help to her, and you know what? The big billionaire boondoggle bill won't be of any help to her either. In my state, Medicaid is a bare bone minimum program. You have to be really, really poor. Back home in Alabama, we call it being po. You can't afford the O or the R in order to get Medicaid in my state. So instead of giving handouts to the billionaires, I would say, let us use this opportunity to increase the number of Americans who have health care coverage. This amendment would jumpstart coverage for people who have been left out for far too long. These are parents, they are people with disabilities, individuals who work but can't afford and don't have jobs that have health care benefits. Simply put, as 10 states seem committed to denying benefits for Medicaid expansion, I want my residents in the state of Alabama who fall in this Medicaid gap to get coverage. So I'd ask you to consider that amendment. My second amendment is amendment number 139. It strikes the $5 billion worth of private school voucher schemes that are in this bill. Under the Republican plan, donors who contribute money or stock to these voucher plans will receive a tax credit of 100% contribution back in the form of a discount on their tax bill. It really is outrageous that we would actually help the wealthy and well-off pay for private schools for their own children. There's nothing in this bill that stops them from making their own children eligible to receive this private voucher. I know this issue way too well. My home state of Alabama has adopted a dollar-for-dollar tax shelter for donations to voucher schemes, and Alabama's public school children and teachers are paying the price. The private school voucher scheme is modeled after states like Alabama. Many Southern private schools were established during and after integration. Today, these same schools are benefiting from taxpayer dollars flowing rapidly, expanding voucher programs that are rampant with waste, fraud, and abuse. Instead of tackling the fraud in these programs, Republicans are hell-bent in overdrive, giving tax shelters in the form of a federal level. There's nothing in this bill that stops Alabama's wealthiest from being able to take a tax credit on the state level and now on the federal level. These academies do not have to live by the same standards as public schools. You know, in the state of Alabama, school choice doesn't really mean a choice. When you live in small rural communities that only have two schools, one that is public and all black, and one that is private and all white. That's in 2025. Not in 1965. We should not be promulgating these opportunities. Public schools don't have the same benefits, and I know that my colleagues will probably asked me about these private schools in the state of Alabama, and I look forward to that robust discussion. But I asked Madam Chair for unanimous consent to put into the record these articles about segregated academies across the South that are getting millions in taxpayer dollars.
Without objection, Ms.
Thank you so much, and I ask for support of both of these amendments.
Thank you. Ms. Titus, you're recognized for 5 minutes.